Oui, Makarov, oui. Allez. Allez. Treyarch. Zombie. Oui, c'est quoi ce... Wesh. Incroyable, là, ce mob, là. Chiche. Oh, le logo, il tue. Voilà, de toute façon, s'y attendait, c'est DMZ version zombie. Ah, s'il y a des hordes comme ça in-game, ça peut être pas mal, hein, franchement. Bon, ça, c'est le bout de gameplay avec les singes, non? C'est après, peut-être. Ouh, l'abomination. Chiche. Oh, le mec... Oh. Oh, le broyeur, il est grave stylé. Ouh, c'est... Ça, c'est les nids d'éther, ça. Oh, les chiens, ils sont... Ah, ils sont beaux, les chiens, ils sont stylés. Eh, vas-y. Ouh. C'est quoi cette arme de malade, là? Oh là, ça c'est les zones dangereuses, ça. Oh, la petite pause. Speed cola. Donc on aura bien les machines à atouts sur la map, du coup. Les disciples. Eh, ils sont grave stylés, hein. Oh, le camo, il a l'air incroyable. Oui, c'est quoi ça? Oh, c'est la méga abomination. Wesh. Oh, la moto, elle est incroyable. Oh là là. Tu imagines te faire courser par ça? Ouais. Oh putain. Bande d'enculés. Ah vas-y, ils m'ont hypé, hein. En vrai, j'attendais rien, mais... Ah, ils m'ont chauffé, là. Ah, ils m'ont chauffé, là. Oh, le skin, il est incroyable. La version de Dame, voilà. La version de Dame, je vous dis, c'est peut-être la meilleure. Hein. Elle est trop stylée.
To talk about some zombies.
Fired up. To be here.
Zombie.
Awesome in here. We just swapped over to a little undead purple in the back.
When I think of the undead, I think of
the ambiance.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about purple and zombies that just it really does something for me. But guys,
oui, violet, ça fait les terres, oui.
We held an event at Treyarch. We were able to bring a couple of different groups of creators who are here today at Call of Duty Next. Into Treyarch, first time you guys have had folks in the studio.
Apparemment, il y aurait une rejouabilité assez violente.
I want to talk a little bit about the event and some of the awesome reactions we got to see in the room from these guys.
Ok.
Yeah, no, it was a
Ah là, ils vont montrer la react des gens qui ont vu le truc avant.
Zombies is traditionally something that is a mode based on exploration discovery, but we felt like there's so much new here. We really wanted to get a group in there and play it, get hands-on, get impressions, get feedback, and we just had a really great time playing with them.
You're getting to see a couple of the reactions.
Oh, Skyrose. Bien. Oh, il y avait Wartek aussi.
They got some playtime. You guys answered about some questions.
Yeah, the playtest was absolutely fantastic.
Ah, ils y ont joué. C'est comme moi, je suis là-bas. Hein. Un jour, hein, on y croit.
Making this for so long, right? And then getting people to see it. In what you guys said before, I remember you guys mentioning that it's not a thing you do.
Bon, ils montrent des gens contents, mais normal, ils vont pas montrer des gens qui font la gueule. Nous, on veut voir vraiment ce que ça donne. Parce que le trailer est grave incroyable, mais je veux voir, moi. De mes yeux.
Guys, one of the most popular questions I noticed, you know, ripe amongst the crowd of creators that was there, Easter eggs. We know them, we
secret.
love them, we want them.
Ça parle secret, là.
what, if anything, can you tell us? Give us a little taste.
I
A little
mean,
tidbit, a little
a
morsel.
little something.
we can't give
I'm
them
not
all.
giving anything.
Well, then what should
Ah,
we
ils peuvent pas en
expect?
parler.
So if you,
Mm.
if you were paying
Mm.
attention to that trailer you just saw for the first time,
Okay.
Si on
maybe
fait attention,
if you go
peut-être
back
qu'à la
and
fin,
forth it, you might see
on
something that
pourrait
you see
voir
that's kind
quelque
of
chose
big.
qu'on pourrait
Now,
voir,
I don't
un
wanna
truc
give it all
gros.
away. There's a lot to discover in this open
Il y a
world
beaucoup à
zone.
découvrir.
Yeah, and I think that is gonna lead
Bon, il doit y avoir
perfectly,
un espèce d'indice
some
à la
of
fin
my
du trailer,
questions,
mais...
which is with so much that needs to be unpacked here, I guess, you know, what I'm curious about is like, what are the key things that you want the community to know about this iteration of Zombies? The
Ouais, bonne
differences
soirée,
potentially
Fantasy.
from, you know, the previous game till this one, because you guys are having some fun with it out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a mode based on experimentation, and we're really doing that here. This is taking our gameplay, our classic Zombies gameplay and mechanics, and putting them on the big map and all of the experiences that offers with vehicles and the vast space and the higher player count. And then on top of that, putting them in the modern warfare era where you have their equipment, the operators, and it just feels so badass, you know?
And it's this massive
L'arme spéciale,
open world co-op experience. So that's something that feels exciting. It feels different. Kind of.
L'arme spéciale, on dirait un mélange entre le paralyseur et la DCD en fait.
You know, Modern Warfare Zombies the way that you did in this big new way.
So we just saw an opportunity with the big map
Bon.
to have the biggest
Opportunité avec la grande map,
experience we've ever
la
had
grosse
with
expérience
friends.
PvE
So,
qu'on aurait pu
in the
avoir.
past, we had pure
Yes,
PvE.
pure PvE, no PvP.
Pure PvE, ouais.
Safe here,
Heureusement,
and there's-
d'ailleurs.
We usually have 4
Kind
players.
of.
You know,
Safe
it
is
is
relative.
questioning zombies at the end of the day. Yeah. But then you mentioned like the way that the game is played, the open world, but how do the players like interact with one another in that world?
Comment les joueurs interagissent
and also,
entre eux,
like, you
ouais.
know, I like running solo from time to time. Is that also something that's possible as well?
Absolutely. So it's 24 players total.
Ah, on n'est pas obligé d'être en
You can go
team,
in solo, you can
apparemment.
go in with your squad. But what's awesome is that you're
On
all
peut y aller
in the same team
solo,
trying to do
on
the
peut y aller en
same
squad.
thing. So when you're out in the world, you'll run into other squads or other players. You can make a decision in that moment to like combine and form a
Ah, on peut
super squad.
combiner des
Form a
squads.
super
Oh
team.
yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
Form a super team.
stylé en vrai.
That's cool.
And that's 8 squads of 3.
Ah, tu trouves des survivants. Ah, salut les gars, venez avec nous. Ça, c'est cool, en vrai.
I mean,
Experienced players.
If you want a challenge, you can go in solo, but it is a lot of fun to grab some friends, form those super squads.
Yeah.
And again, the map is massive. There's zombies
La
everywhere.
map est énorme, oui, normal.
Other surprises
We're gonna
everywhere.
get to
Yes.
that.
Avec d'autres surprises apparemment autres que les zombies. Qu'on va voir après.
Ago, we saw the very first look at Modern Warfare Zombies in the cinematic that we released, which really sets the stage for the narrative of Modern Warfare Zombies in that we see Soap, we see Laswell, and more importantly, we saw
Ouais.
someone who I
Soap,
didn't
Laswell,
think we were gonna see.
Ravenov.
Miles, can you take us through
On le connaît, nous.
what's going on?
What's going on here?
What's going
Yeah.
on?
Les gens morts.
100%.
Victor,
100%. So,
ah,
you know,
pas-
that
si,
opportunity
Victor
that we
Zakaev.
talked about is there's a few questions when people saw that cinematic, and if you hadn't, go and watch it. It's awesome. Is hold on a second.
Merci
Where are
Zakaev,
we in
pour
time
ça.
and place? We are between Modern Warfare 19 and MW22. The year 2021.
Bon, les résumes entre
That's really important
MW
to the
2019 et
story
MW2.
because in true Treyarch Zombies fashion, we are always jumping eras, jumping moments, and really touching different timelines in interesting ways. I can't go into all of it, but
Ouais,
there's a
différentes
reason
timelines,
for that.
ouais.
Now, the next
Il y a une
question
raison
that
pour
you're
ça,
gonna
apparemment.
is, why is Zakaev alive? I saw him die, but did you?
Pourquoi Zakaev est en vie,
I saw
oui.
him get shot. I saw him fall down a missile
You
silo.
saw him fall. There was blood. But in true sort of story fashion, if there's no body, he's not dead. Now, Task Force 141 went back to that silo. There was water at the bottom. It had been drained.
Ouais.
Lots of blood. And Zakaev was gone. Now,
Oui, bon, là, ils
officially
expliquent qu'en
declared
gros,
deceased.
ils ont pas vu le corps, donc il est pas mort, quoi.
Whispers emerge that he's still alive. And now, of course, in true sort of villain fashion, he starts to hear whispers himself as he's recovering from falling.
Oui, et
down
puis
that
ouais,
silo,
en
which
gros,
is
ouais,
it.
ils sont en train de dire que, en gros, il y a eu des échos comme quoi il était en vie, puis voilà. Le voilà. Ethereum, oui. Il veut de l'Ethereum. Oui, bah ça, on avait capté.
So it's a flashback. It's
Okay.
canon. We
Ah, c'est un
saw
flashback.
worlds colliding
Yes.
with Cold War, with Modern Warfare. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the story really progresses in
Bah
a
oui, de
new
toute façon, oui,
interesting
nous-
way. Let's take a
nous, c'est une
look
semaine
at
après,
how
donc,
he's
oui.
come to life in the intro mission.
Ooh.
Yes, yes.
Mission d'intro. Wesh. Wesh. Ah, ça a l'air stylé. Les zombies armure, on a vu. Putain. Ça c'est DMZ, on avait déjà vu, on connaît. Oh, et si... Ouais, je mets tous les zombies. Et c'est ça que je voulais, c'est qu'il y ait vraiment énormément de zombies et j'ai l'impression que ça va être le cas. Hein. Ah, ça c'est la fameuse dame qui est censée nous guider. Ouais, donc là on doit la protéger. Oh, le coup de crosse. Ah, Zaka, il veut mettre ça jusqu'à New York. Ah, je sais pas c'est qui était au milieu, mais il se fait marave. Hein. D'accord.
So what you just saw there was just a little snippet of that story mission intro, and what's really exciting again about this opportunity across the open world is, like Kevin was saying, is we want to bring that story to the forefront. These story missions have handlers from the Modern Warfare world, from the Black Ops world, Cold War world that you might see. Some new friends along the way as well, and they're going to help you on this story.
Donc il y aura des éléments de Cold War et de Modern Warfare, et d'autres surprises. Nouvelles activités. Cinématique. Ok, cinématique.
Kill some zombies. Yeah. You can free roam and do that and then jump to the story later. We really have embraced that open world.
Ouais, il laisse le choix de si tu veux suivre le secret, enfin l'histoire tu peux, et si tu veux juste tuer des zombies tu peux aussi. T'es pas obligé de te cantonner à un des deux quoi. Heureusement d'ailleurs, heureusement.
Super awesome and great to see that like the player choice is very prevalent, right? But you know Zombies has been a mode that's been in the game for such a long time. It's really, it runs side by side, parallel to Call of Duty and its incredible legacy. But there are still players that are going to be new to this, that are coming into this with a fresh set of eyes for the first time ever. What's in store for them? Because, you know,
Voilà, il parle surtout pour les nouveaux joueurs qui n'ont jamais fait de zombies.
There's a lot of stuff going on over here.
Absolutely. So zombies can be pretty intimidating, and we know that there might be a lot of players who might only play Modern Warfare, or DMZ, or Warzone. So we've built this mode to make sure that they can have success and have fun, and also support our.
Ça, j'imagine que c'est la zone des terres, ça.
And a brand new map, and we'll talk about that more later.
Nouvelle map, ouais.
Here, for this mode, we've broken it down into 3 tiers of difficulty.
3 tiers de difficulté, ouais. Oui, en gros, tout le tour c'est le plus simple et l'intérieur c'est le plus dur. C'est ce qu'on a dit tout à l'heure.
Our advanced players are going to want to try to get into the center of that map as soon as possible. That's where Sakeo threw that vial and started this entire incursion.
What an arm on.
Oui, c'est là où il y a l'incursion qui est apparue. Oui, ça on s'en doutait.
Yep.
And now we have to pay for it.
On s'en doutait un peu, ouais.
Let's look at the flip side of that one though, right? Because we talked about the new players, how we get those folks into the game and have them playing something outside of their comfort zone, so to speak. But one thing that we know is that there are core Zombies fans.
Ouais, là il parle de nous là. Ceux qui connaissent le zombie. Qu'est-ce qu'on a pour nous, ouais. Ouh, la petite boîte. Ouais. Les wall buys. Ok. Ouh, stylé. C'est quoi ça? Ah, Stamina Up. J'avais pas reconnu. Pack a Punch, ils l'ont changé ou c'est celui de Cold War toujours? Celui de Cold War. Bon, c'est pas grave, il est stylé en vrai. Ça, c'est Revive, ça.
the Modern Warfare DMZ feeling as well is buy stations as well, using
You're
the
gonna see
score streaks.
features that you
Yeah,
recognize
absolutely.
if you,
Speed, bon ça on l'avait déjà vu.
100%, which you may not have had in other zombies, so that's where you really we've married them together in interesting ways. But
It's awesome.
the most important core feature.
Ouais,
of course,
j'ai testé
It's a
CLÉS.
sweet new feature, folks.
J'ai pas réussi à la finir, mais je l'ai testé. Ouais.
cereal.
Bon, ça on l'a vu aussi, le trailer avec la bombe singe.
It's actually delicious.
On connaît.
So,
Yeah, it's here Call of Duty Next. It has some awesome features. It's got a UV light, alternate
outrageous.
I may or may
cover.
not have taken a box of
Oh
those
yeah,
already.
I've stolen this.
I mean,
This
a
is
crate.
mine now.
I'm not talking
Yeah.
about a single box. I'm
Yeah.
talking a single
crate.
crate.
Oh, wow.
What came off the truck? You
Yeah.
know?
Wow.
And shout out to Off Limits
Yes,
Cereal for making
fantastic.
this with the box bespoke for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and it's a woman-owned business, which is dope.
Awesome.
And it
Clang,
glows in the
clang,
dark.
bang.
Yeah. So I would be remiss to not hit on one of the really core features for our Zombies
Oh, yes.
players, and that's
Oui.
the Wonder Weapon,
Oh,
guys.
yes.
Wonder Weapon. Arme spéciale.
So,
Oui.
Of course we have a Wonder Weapon, and it is
Oh, elle est
custom made
stylée.
for this open world experience.
Oh.
Oh my word.
Oh lolo.
Just look at it for a
Look at
That
second.
first raise.
Yes,
That thing is huge.
It's absolutely amazing. So the Scorcher again is built for demolishing the highest density of
Sounds like
zombies you've
10
ever
targets.
seen
The
before.
hordes.
Oh yes, the
We're gonna
hordes.
melt hordes.
Ouais, c'est un peu comme la DCD, hein.
And then on top of that, it's got an alt fire.
Mais c'est un gros rayon, en fait.
Launches you into the air so that you
En fait, c'est un
can
rayon
use
d'éther,
to
quoi.
engage. If you wanna jump
C'est de l'énergie de
to the
l'éther.
horde, if you
Wouah.
wanna get away from the horde of zombies,
Ça peut te faire
if you wanna
décoller?
jump on a
Mais
building,
non.
over a building, like,
Ah, c'est grave
really-
stylé.
Like rocket jump
Oh,
with it, essentially.
yeah,
C'est
absolutely.
grave bien.
It's
Ça t'envoie dans le ciel, en fait.
basically the flow state of using
En gros,
it in
je
your
kiffe
arsenal.
les armes spéciales comme ça qui ont un côté utilité.
Chef's kiss.
Okay,
Chef's kiss.
Moi, j'adore ça.
You're like,
C'est pour ça que j'aimais bien la VR11, les QED, le pirate, les trucs comme ça. C'est des trucs utiles et c'est cool. Ah, rejouabilité, ouais. Moi, je veux bien voir, oui, parce que...
So how is Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gonna push that forward and take the next step in terms of what keeps players coming back for more every time?
Yeah, so this is a really
Ah ouais.
kind of
Ce que je disais, c'est un mélange entre la DCD et le paralyseur, on dirait.
exfil mode, right? So
Exfil,
trying to
ouais.
get deeper and deeper into the
Bon,
map,
ça, oui.
and
Bah, DMZ, quoi,
you're
normal.
not gonna be that successful. You're gonna have to play a lot, over and over, gain mastery, try to take things out, make sure you successfully exfil so you can come back in the next time with hit the ground running with the right stuff.
Yeah. And when you talk to me, we
Mais bon, là, c'est
mentioned
DMZ,
before, we
quoi.
saw
Il faut
the
s'exfiltrer avec des trucs pour les
bias,
revoir après.
dramatic, that has created
Ouais.
the incursion zone, that super hot area we saw a little bit of on the TAC map.
Ouais,
Can
Zakef
you
a
talk
créé
about
ça,
how,
oui.
you know, the storm will play into the map?
Ah, oui, comment la zone, elle va
What
se jouer,
the
du coup.
gameplay, you know,
Bon, même si
repercussions
ça va se refermer
will
petit à petit vers le centre, hein, mais... C'est stylé. Ouais, c'est l'éther noir qui s'étend, en fait.
Ooh.
45 minutes, ça va commencer à s'élargir.
Yeah.
Oui, non, en fait, ça va pas se concentrer vers le centre, ça va s'élargir vers l'extérieur, en
So
fait.
it's a total 1 hour limit. Yeah,
Oh, le
1
camo, il est
hour
bien.
session,
Il est beau.
and those 24 players.
It goes back to getting in, you know, again, player pacing. You want to stay on the outer edges, awesome. You want to challenge yourself, going to medium and high threat. But the Ether Storm waits for no one. And it will come, and it will make the zombies harder.
Yeah.
And that's part of the challenge and fun is, are we going into the storm to cleanse it?
Yeah.
Are we avoiding it?
What are we gonna
Are
find
we
in
getting the
there?
hell out
Ah,
of
quoi?
the
Exfil
Yeah.
plan.
Il a dit qu'on pouvait nettoyer la zone, hein. Donc, je sais pas si on peut faire disparaître la zone d'éther, là. Mais de ce que j'ai compris, ça veut dire ça, hein. Cleanse, ça veut dire nettoyer, quoi. Donc, je sais pas.
Yeah.
Gearing up, getting that loot, collecting the right things that we need to have a successful infill. But one of the most exciting things about that is how weapons will carry over from match to match.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with DMZ, we have contraband weapons, so everything you're finding in the match you can take out and bring it with you. We have,
Item persistence.
yes,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah,
insurance
okay.
slots, but we've really taken that to the next level with all the zombies upgrades. So, you know, in the past you've had to do all that just in game and you lose it. Now, all of those things have been formed into a consumable version called acquisitions. So things like Pack-a-Punch, weapon rarity, ammo mods, wonder weapons.
Yeah.
All of those things you can find in the match and you can decide to use them then, or you can take them out and just start the next match, load up, Pack-a-Punch,
hot.
drink
Yes.
4
Ah, d'accord, c'est ça que ça voulait dire. En gros, pack a punch, à tout, à AT, on peut choisir soit de les utiliser dans la game, soit de les sortir et de pouvoir les prendre avec nous pour une autre game.
let's just try
D'accord.
something creative, different, fun. Do what Zombies has always done and push the bar.
Yeah, it's just like introducing this different kind of pressure with the time limit, but then now giving players this additional ability to bring things in is huge.
Yeah, it's part of that. How do you ease
Intéressant.
players and seasons players, right? It kind of relates to rounds. If you're familiar from that, is like when you get into the higher zones and you have more of that arsenal, that's for those seasons players. They're gonna feel it and they're gonna want that challenge. Well, you know what? There's a big challenge there, so you better be loaded up on a bunch of stuff coming in to really succeed.
All right, we're getting into the light.
Apparemment, il y aura du gros challenge dans la zone principale. Hein.
I asked you before. You said that Zombies is all about discovery, and it is. We know those secrets, those Easter eggs are out there.
Ouais, secret, Easter egg. Oui.
But of all the secrets, again, I'm gonna pressure you.
Keep going back to the well here, Steph.
What can you tell us?
Qu'est-ce qu'ils peuvent nous dire sur les secrets?
I can't get into all of the secrets. I want to, but the team would kill me. There's a lot in.
Ouais, il peut pas raconter, oui, forcément.
But we have again taken advantage of this map. There's a lot there on day one for Discover. We love watching the community find these things. That is part of the fun. So we don't want to spoil any of it, but there's a lot in there, and we're already planning some fun stuff to come later as well.
Well, look,
you're not getting
Ils ont déjà prévu des trucs en plus de ce qu'il y aura déjà de base. Hein.
Dig deep. I will never do that. Ever in a million years. But what can you guys tell me about the monsters? What do you tell us about all the monsters?
Les monstres, oui, les monstres. La méga abomination là.
We have a full gambit. It starts with just
Bon,
our
zombies,
We have
oui.
more
Voilà.
zombies than we've ever seen before on one space. They completely fill up this map.
Ah
Anywhere
ouais.
you go,
Les chiens de l'enfer, ils ont l'air grave stylés.
all of our other awesome enemies, so Hellhound,
L'abomination, on connaît. Pas la mimique, plutôt l'abomination, la mimique. Disciple,
Oh, that was me this morning.
on connaît.
Waking up.
Le broyeur, il est grave stylé comme ça. Hein.
Cannon and ranged attacks, so just all sorts of threats. But the main
Oh, et...
abomination
Oh!
is about 3 times bigger than we last saw him. He's
Yeah, 'cause
so
he needed
big
to be
now.
bigger.
Yeah.
Incroyablement stylé.
He's grown some crawlers under his stomach.
Oh,
and
fun.
The dingle dangles.
He can't fit in buildings anymore. He's so big, so he needs those guys to
But he'll
go
still
inside.
get you in
and-
the
Oh,
buildings.
but this is when you talk about like that opportunity of open world is, okay, you think you're going to be safe, I'm going to run inside. No, absolutely not. The abomination will send in these little creatures.
Donc en gros, les cadavres de zombies qu'il a sur le bid, il va les envoyer si on se met dans un bâtiment. Sympa.
Again, it's up to you.
Your choice.
It's your choice.
Choose your own.
Sympa.
That's right.
Donc en gros, vaut mieux pas la croiser, l'abomination, j'ai l'impression.
There are humans in zombies as well.
Bon, oui, il y a des humains. Là, le point qui fâche.
So this enemy PMC group.
Yeah,
Le point qui fâche.
That's another, you know, again, important to the story when you go back to Sakaev and this Terminus Outcomes PMC group.
Terminus Outcomes, bah oui, forcément.
They found that Ethereum.
C'est les méchants.
They want more in true sort of bad guy fashion. And they are across the map. So for the first time, you're going to be able to, if you want.
Ouais, en gros, pourquoi il y a des IA, c'est parce que ils veulent encore plus d'Ethereum, donc c'est pour ça qu'ils sont là. On peut les éviter si on veut, ouais. Ah. Ah oui, ça doit être marrant, ça, ce qu'il dit, oui. Ouais, voilà, c'est ça. Attirer les zombies sur eux, ça doit être marrant, ouais. En vrai. De les regarder se battre avec les zombies, ça peut être vraiment marrant. Oh, il s'est fait déglingue. En vrai, je pense qu'il va y avoir quand même des trucs marrants. Oh, putain.
Awesome. I can't wait. Well, you guys
Wish.
saw
Oh,
it
lolo.
after the Zombies trailer earlier, but in a couple of minutes, Lottie's going to give you all the details on the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. Stay tuned. That thing is absolutely absurd. It's 100%.
Ouais, blueprint, ça, on s'en fout un peu. Hein. J'ai l'impression qu'on n'aura pas plus d'infos là. Hein. Ah, si, peut-être. Ah, ils vont montrer la map. Warzone.
We're deep diving into Battle Royale coming next.
Oh boy, it's going to
Stay
be
tuned.
awesome stuff. Firstly, Kevin Miles, I want to thank you guys.
Eh bah, c'est la fin du zombie. On n'aura pas plus d'infos pour le moment. Mais Mais, bah moi je m'attendais à ce que ce soit un DMZ zombie, donc forcément je suis pas sous le choc. Mais par contre, de tout ce qu'ils ont montré, franchement, moi ça me chauffe. Hein. Moi ça me chauffe, franchement. Ça me chauffe plutôt pas mal là le zombie là. J'attends de voir en game.